Yes, good evening, Lena. It's evening here. I'm not sure what is the time in other locations where people are joining from. So in general, our project, we initiated the project. We call the project is a We Secure. We would like to be a part of the community, helping individuals in conquering and facing the cyber criminals activities. So in general, when we think about the victims of cyber criminals, we know that most of the time cyber criminals don't target systems or cybersecurity experts. They mainly target those who are less familiar and less prepared to recognize and to detect what other manipulations are used against them. So that helps people from cyber criminals community to perform successfully. And when we think that, yeah, we are building a lot of systems and solutions, we should remember that empowering and strengthening and building the resilient society will help us even more. So this session is, of course, important for non-professionals, but for us who usually who are parts of the teams building this information security in the organizations, for us this session could be also very interesting. The session will be recorded, so I will make a post on LinkedIn about the session and I will upload it on my YouTube channel. So hopefully you will like it. So today, Ahmed Hassan is going to talk about the cybercrime because it's a very introductory lecture. We don't want to make it heavy, but I really want Ahmed to talk about cybersecurity and about the cybercrimes, how they look like. We usually have this joke, we say like in a normal human language, so that non-technical people will also understand you, because that will help us to build the awareness and resilience as we usually aim. Thank you so much, Ahmed. The microphone is yours. I'm sure you want to share the presentation, so you have a permission to share presentation. Microphone is yours.
Great, perfect. So let me just share my screen first of all. I think now you can see the screen.
Yeah, I can see the screen. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Okay. Great. So for the beginning, thank you very much, Zulpat, for the opportunity to give a talk about the social engineering attacks, like you said and mentioned, the human language, how people get attacked through different methodologies, and the best way how we can protect ourselves against these kind of attacks. So thank you again for this opportunity, and we would love to talk about it in a really easy way so everybody can understand it. And who am I? I mean, I am Ahmed Hassan. I am living in Austria, working as well in Austria as a penetration tester. So in the technical part, in the attacker perspective, and we are doing a lot of social engineering attacks for companies to let them know how attackers are gonna attack them through social engineering attacks. And this is the thing we gonna discuss today. It's about how attackers are gonna attack you as well as how you can defend against these kind of attacks. So let me just start and go through the slides. Yes. So, social engineering is generally about 2 points, okay? It's about, first of all, distraction, and the second point is misdirection. What does it mean? We will see it in the next slides as well, but let me just give a few words about especially the misdirection. That means when you, for example, get a link on a mobile phone, in an email, like spam folder, etc., and you try to open it, I am very sure that 99% of the people don't look over the link they are gonna open. So they just open it without having a look over the link. And this is not the correct way to open links in emails, in phishing emails, etc. We will try today to make it simple as possible to identify these emails and defend yourself against possible social engineering attacks. Great. So the first well-known social engineering attack is called phishing. And phishing, if you didn't hear the word phishing before, it's simply like just trying to phish your credentials. And this is simply done by you get an email with a malicious link. And when you click on the link, you will receive a login website, for example, from Microsoft, okay? Or a login page from a specific bank. And the attacker is trying to give you the opportunity to give your credentials. And credentials are the login data, which is, for example, the email and the password you get into your bank account. And as soon as you type these two information, the attacker will receive this information instead the bank. And this means that the attacker, as you can see here in the background, will receive this information, and after that, he or she can try to use it to log into your original account. By that, he or she can, of course, do whatever he or she can in the platform when it's an email account, when it's a bank account, Facebook account, as an example for that. So this is the point I am mentioning about phishing, and this is really well known, and we are doing this kind of social engineering attacks for companies to give them an awareness opportunity and give them the opportunity to know how they can identify malicious links as well as defend from opening these links coming through spam, coming into your uh, folder or email. And this is really important for today, as this is continuously growing day after day. Great. So now we just described what is phishing. We want now to know what are the different types of phishing, which we can, and you will definitely already got in another way, in one or another way, the malicious phishing attempt, and we will have a look at them, as well as having a look at how you can identify and protect yourself from this kind of attacks. Yes. So first of all, we have here the email phishing scam, and this is really well known nowadays. It's simply talking about that somebody who we don't know is trying to access your Google account from a specific area, and Google is simply just sending you an email and telling you, hey, somebody is trying to get into your Gmail account. Please check the activity, check the login area, your password, etc. And the point is, and this is the real problem, that this email is not coming from Google, it's coming from the attacker, which is here trying to manipulate the website and to show it you as it comes from Google or Microsoft, but it's fake. It's simply coming from another attacker. And as you can see here, Google doesn't have any kind of domain, and this is the first point we can identify if this a possible phishing attempt or not. So the domain here is team-support.net. Google doesn't have any kind of domain in this format or in this way. So this is the first part. We can identify it from that. So after that, you will simply, as a user, click on it. And after clicking on it, you will be automatically redirected to the attacker's website, which will host a simple login form with a username and password to just let you type your credentials. This is the general attack or phishing attack, especially when we talk about emails. The point which is also really important, when you will be redirected, you have to look which link or which website will be presented in the URL above. I mean, if you have a website, for example, you will have a link in the upper place here in the browser, and you need to check it, because when I simply hover here over check activity, you can see the link down below, okay? And this link is not a link from Google. It's simply bit.ly, so it's a shortened URL, so you can't just identify the original URL or website, and this will simply redirect you after that to the malicious website. So this is a really important point, how you can also identify this by just hovering the mouse over it and looking over the URL or the website link, which you will be redirected to after clicking on this check activity button. Yes, so spear phishing attacks are simply 50% like the normal email phishing attempts, but they are just designed for a specific person. That means when we are trying to attack or phish a CEO, for example, from a specific company, we need to just modify and prepare specific things for the CEO, so he can just trust this email and accept it to click on the link and give his credentials. Therefore, we just modify and have a look over 5 points, starting with the subject line. That means when we are sending an email, like we are offering a specific product, so we make it like a little, little important for him, like let me just, we are selling a product and we have an offer, you will just pay the half of the amount. So maybe this will let him click on the link and get to the malicious website. After that, point number 2, which I mentioned before, is the sender name and the email. And this is one of the most important parts where you can identify if it's legitimate or malicious. So the sender email will be, for example, Microsoft, and the email like no reply at microsoft.com. This sounds to be an legitimate email from Microsoft. After that, you will have the greeting like hello. Sometimes you will see this greeting is missing in the email. And when you identify this point, you may know that this email has been sent to multiple persons over the world or over the country, and therefore he or she, as an attacker, will not be able to just personalize the email for everybody. This is impossible. So therefore, they just send it without greetings and the name as well. And this is showing us here is something not correct happening. So this might be a phishing email. Yeah, so after that, we'll of course have a look at the message. What is the content of the message? The format, for example, maybe it's a little bit um, not really professional, like when you have a look over it, like the colors, the format, and these are also some points which can show you if this email is a legitimate email or a phishing email. So this is about spear phishing scams or attacks. Yeah. Coming to the next part, which is nowadays really growing and happening, which is called the smishing scam or smishing attack. The smishing attack is coming from the SMS, which is the normal messages you receive on your mobile phone through SMS. Therefore, they just called it smishing. And here you are just simply getting the same message like on the email, but instead of that, you are getting it on the mobile phone. And when we have a look over this SMS here, this is the point I described before, that they don't personalize your the greetings like dear user without telling your name, telling Mr. or Mrs. because they are sending it to multiple recipients in the same time. So therefore, they will be not able to just personalize this SMS. On the other side, they don't know the names of the recipients. And this is another point where you need to think, oh, yes, this might be a scam or a smishing scam in this situation. When we have a look at it, we just have the exact same message like before when we had a look on Microsoft that somebody tried to access your account and you have a really scary email, a scary link down below where you might click on it to just have a look who this person was or to change your password. And this is not really secure at all, especially when you have, for example, dentist office and you know this dentist, you will know the website from the dentist as well. So at this situation, you can compare it. Is it the same website, the same URL or not, before just clicking on the link without having a look. Is this like a scam or a phishing attack or not? Yeah, this is also the thinking or the methodology, how you go through identifying possible phishing attacks. Yes, this is just showing us the possibility or the sites, the phishing sites, which are hosted in general over the internet. So this is just um, showing you a lot of phishing attacks made by attackers over the world and hosted on different websites or different browsers. Here, for example, Brave, even if it's the first link or the second link, that doesn't mean that this URL or link is not a phishing link or phishing website. Therefore, you need to just take care about where you are clicking. If you open a file, open a link, or download any kind from the email, which is not really well known for you. By the way, just at the end of the session, please feel free to ask any questions about the slides, anything you want to know about. So I'm really open, and I will be really happy to answer your questions and get detailed information from you as well. Yes, this is a simple social media scam. So it's not really talking about phishing itself, but it shows you that a lot of accounts in the internet are not real people, like they are possibly some bots or some automated systems which are just generating and sending messages automatically, and these people are simply fake people. They try to just get near to you, know your information, know, for example, your email, your accounts. So after that, they can try to make a social engineering attack, like simply sending you a link on Instagram or sending you a link on Gmail. So you trust them, and after the trust, you will not check any kind of links they are sending you, because you already trusted them and you know them a little bit. And this is also another possibility and another way they are trying to play with the human mind, and just changing your idea to just convince you to click on a specific link or target you in the next social engineering attack. Yeah, the wonderful QR code scams, which are not really old, so they came um, around 2 years ago. And nowadays, a lot of restaurants, for example, are offering you the menu through a QR code, okay? You just scan the QR code with your mobile phone and you will get the menu of the restaurant, okay? But the problem is, which not really people are aware of, that these QR codes can be generated by attackers, and they will be used to, for example, hijack your mobile phone, start a lot of social engineering attacks, download specific unwanted like devices or information like malware, and this is not the really secure way people are working or getting in touch with the QR code nowadays. I saw a video before that somebody is simply just entering the McDonald's area, and they just are offering the menus through a QR code. He was a hacker, of course, and he just replaced the made or the he made a QR code at home, so anybody can just simply scan it, and his mobile phone or her mobile phone will be hacked. The attacker will get access to it. So he replaced the QR code with the one from McDonald's and just put all his QR codes on the tables. And the people simply just come, try, want to eat, and scan the QR code. But in the background, when you think about it, all the devices which scan the QR code maybe are already compromised and hacked, or maybe getting in the future a lot of social engineering attacks, because they scanned a malicious QR code which did a lot of activities in the background, and we don't know what these QR codes are made for. So this is really, really dangerous nowadays. And I just try to show you the possibility nowadays how you can get not really hacked, but they can play with your minds and try to do social engineering attacks by really simple ways and simple tricks. And this is, as mentioned, a new idea. And I love to just share this information with you. So you just take care about these possibilities or social engineering attacks. Yes. So I think everybody received from us already uh, a lot of calls from different countries with like different numbers or really scary numbers from I don't want to mention a specific country, but they are calling you from different countries to just try to do a social engineering attack. And what they want to really get to this, they are simply calling you as for example you I am an employee working in Microsoft, and I call you, yes ma'am, we are from the customer service, and we are updating our database. Okay, so we need please to check your information that you still get access to your account. Okay, that's fine. And after that, they ask you, okay, can you please confirm us your email address and password? Okay, and this is exactly the point where a lot of people would just simply give them the credentials and login information. By the way, I saw a lot of videos where scammers just caught have been caught by the police, um, and they are just like working as a Microsoft support team or a bank support team as well. So as you can see here, it's a bank from a specific country trying to update the information to get your information in the database as well. And through this, you will be just targeted by the scam, or in this situation, it's called phishing.
I'm sorry,
Phishing,
Ahmed. Ahmed, I'm sorry for disturbing, interrupting you. Do you mean that these people who usually call me and say like, we are from First Abu Dhabi Bank, we are from police, you need to update your Emirates ID and etc. etc. My name is Mohammed bin Ahmad bin Salman, and
yeah,
now you know, with this
yeah,
voice, like I need to follow the
yes,
orders, emotionally
yes,
suppressing
yes.
and stuff. Do you say that there are cases when there are true employees of these call centers and stuff, so they are not fake, they really do work in these companies, or what is that? Or maybe I misunderstood you.
Yeah. So thank you, Tulpat, for this information and this question as well. So of course, legitimate banks are calling the customers to ask them about information, to ask them about missing points, but they never ask you about passwords or never ask you about login information. That's not possible. And when you just log into your bank account, you will see an alert showing you that the customer service of the bank or the like Microsoft or whatever the organization is will not ask you to give them, for example, the password in clear text or multi-factor authentication. Um, I don't mean that you will not receive a correct call from a bank. This is, of course, possible. You will receive, but what I mean, you need to check who is on the phone, who is calling you, who is talking with you, just before you give them any kind of information. Like when they ask you, yes, ma'am, we need your password. Okay, I need to stop. Who are you? Who are you? Give me any information about the organization you are working in. And if they ask you about a possible about a password, this is truly and 100% phishing scam and a social engineering attack. This is well known. So 100%, I'm 100% sure about that. because no customer service in the world will ask you about this information like login information. So, Tulpat, did I get your point or?
Yes, you did. Because, I'm that person, even if someone will call me from, I don't know, from the government and something, I usually
Yes,
say, like, yeah, I will drive in. I will double check. They say, no, we do it only uh online. We don't do anything offline. I was like, okay, I'm that old style person. I'm not gonna do it because I didn't see any evidence from your side. But see, this is my background because I work with the information security and this is normal for me.
yeah,
Although, the thing that during the calls, people get exposed to really heavy psychological pressure. They are
yeah,
prepared. So when they tell you now you will be fined, you will pay penalties, and they start. Once I even decided to play with them, I think that I was so bored, and they started screaming, shouting at me, and etc.
yeah,
So, because they were so annoyed, I was like, no, I don't have Emirates ID. No, I don't have this
yeah,
one. What is that like? How it looks like? There should be my picture on this document. Is it a plastic card or something like this? Like in
yeah,
the day they became, but they are, if, for example, you are this person, for example, not trained, not
yeah,
prepared, and very vulnerable to them just because you don't have access to this knowledge and skills, you can easily get under this trap,
yeah,
because you will get scared. I don't want to pay penalties. I don't want to be into the issues, and you don't even know how you pay this. For example, they call you, say like, you won 500,000 dirhams and we now need you to receive your password and something, you enter it there and there, otherwise you will miss your um miss your one amount of money, like. So I think that the phishing scams, they are pretty effective for them, I mean.
that's true, that's true. And I simply want also to tell you that I receive every day, every day, really, like at least 3, 4 calls from different countries with different country codes. And when you just pick up, at the first, maybe somebody will talk to you, and the second point, you will just receive a call without anything, like nobody will answer you. This is also possible, and this is also coming under the umbrella of phishing as well. But I'm just trying to explain the idea and the thinking, and this is why we are getting here into the point like human hacking, because they are playing with your ideas, playing with your minds. Hey, I am from Microsoft, just trust me. Give me your credentials, give me your login data, and you will be fine. You will get access to your account. It will be not blocked. Something like this. You will understand this, and this is the part where feelings come into the game, and they try to just manipulate and play with your feelings and emotions. And that's why I'm trying to explain it. So you have the idea how attackers are getting in touch with you to just simply try to hack your mind and your accounts as well. So I hope this makes sense for you, and I hope you get now the idea about how people can simply get sensitive information about you and try to get access to sensitive information like login information from a bank or as an example from your Microsoft account. Yes. So now we just presented the essential part of phishing attacks, how you can get simply not hacked, but I mean simply get a social engineering attack from attackers. And now we just try to understand how we can protect ourselves from any kind of phishing attack. And this is the most important part for us people from the non-tech side. We are not working in the technology, we are not working in the IT, but on the other side, we just need to protect ourselves as well. So how we can do that? For this, we have different points here, as you can see, and the first point, which I mentioned twice, um, don't let emotions cloud your judgment. So this is really important. Stay focused. Don't let anybody just play with your emotions, because this is exactly the part they are targeting and trying to play with. As mentioned before, call and verify. So if they are talking to you from a specific organization like a government place or Microsoft, you need to ask them, sir, where are you from? Where are you working? And this is exactly the part where they are or they will struggle, because they will have the feeling, okay, this person knows how he can detect a possible scam attempt and try to identify him or her. Okay, and at this situation, you will see and hear as well some lagging, some non-information from the other caller, and here you will get the like the feeling and as well the information that this is a scamming attempt. Um, for checking the address, it's talking about the phishing attempt. So when you receive an email, please check the sender, like the domain, like showed before, the domain, the name, the user, the link. Before just clicking on the link, please hover over it and have a look where you will be redirected. If you will be redirected to uh, I don't know, any malicious website like xyz.com, don't click on it. But when it's like, for example, Microsoft.com, that seems to be legitimate and you can simply click on it. But just um, stay focused and keep an eye on these points. This is really important. After that, we will have a look at multi-factor authentication, and the multi-factor authentication tries to protect you against unattempted logins, and they will ask you for a second code when you log in from new devices, for example. And last but not least, we just think about the style and have a look over the style from the email, from the SMS which you are going to receive, because this is also a part how you can identify any scam attempt as well. Yes. So yeah, you need to have in general secure password. So please don't use like admin or 123 or something like this. In general, it will be recommended that you use at least 12 characters, because the hackers, as you can see, they need 2000 years to try to crack the password, and this is really like difficult, including lowercase, uppercase, numbers, special characters, symbols, and so on. This will make the life much more difficult for them as an attacker. Yeah, this is simply apart from the previous slide, like password must be long. Don't use like passwords like admin or well-known passwords like your birthday name, something like this. And don't reuse passwords. That means when you have a Facebook account and an Instagram account, don't use the same password on both platforms, because when your Facebook account, which we don't hope, get hacked, they will simply access the Instagram account as well, because the same password has been used, and it has been reused in this situation. Yes, so the really important part is that you just implement a strong password, and you can simply have a look over this website where you can just type your email address and see if your password regarding your email address has been leaked in any kind of data leaks from previous leaks or not. Yeah, the multi-factor authentication is simply to try to protect you against any kind of unauthorized access, like on your uh, Facebook account or Instagram account. And this is simply done by different apps like Microsoft Authenticator or the Authenticator app from Google. And therefore, we just highly recommend to implement and install these tools, because they will for sure try and detect if anybody is trying to attempt and log into your accounts.
Ahmed, thank you so much. Can you please come back to the previous slide? Why do you think SMS is considered to be the least secure? Because nowadays, majority of people for their bank transactions, for login and credentials into the social media and
Yeah,
everywhere, they usually rely on the SMS based.
that's a great question, Zulfa. Yeah, I have the explanation for that. So simply when I personally use the bank on my side, like doing a transaction or something like this, they are not relying on the SMS. They are relying on a message coming on the app of the bank. So the bank has a specific application where they receive the information like codes, like sensitive information, and they are not sending it over SMS, because SMS is also sent and can be seen through the hyperlink. I mean, it's clear text, it's not encrypted. And that's the 2 points which are really important why SMS is the least secure part when we are talking about social engineering attacks and getting different input from an attacker. Does this make sense for you?
Yeah, this makes sense for me. I just wanted to talk about it so that I'm pretty sure that if someone will watch this video, they might question it, because
Yes.
for them it looks like the best authentication tool at the moment.
Yeah.
I know that very few people usually use the Microsoft Authenticator and the Google Authenticator, and there are a lot of
Mhm.
other applications where they generate the combination of numbers so that you can
Yes.
um, add them to your, let's say, social media, for example, especially if it is your business social media. So, but there are the people, they might not use it. What is the risk if they will rely on the SMS only? What do you think?
No, it's not all. always relying on SMS only. This simply can be implemented for Facebook as well, as an example. And
Mm,
when people, for example, try to log in to your Facebook account from a specific location which is not really well known for Facebook, you will get a notification, hey, somebody is trying to access it. And in this case, if you don't have a multi-factor authentication, the attacker will just get the possibility to log into your account and get into it. Instead of that, if you have a multi-factor authentication and you activated the Microsoft Authenticator app, for example, before letting the attacker in, you will receive a password in the Microsoft Authenticator app, which will tell you, please, if you are the guy who is trying to log in now from Facebook, type this password.
yes.
And because the attacker doesn't have a Microsoft Authenticator connected with the Facebook account or your Facebook account in this situation, he or she will be not able to access your Facebook account. And this is just a simple example where you can see, I got the point why we need to implement Microsoft Authenticator or multi-factor authentication in general.
Yeah, that's a really good tool, to be honest. Like in the corporations, when we started
For
working
sure.
remotely, we use this authenticator through the multiple channels, and it's very important to make sure that more and more people from non-corporate practices they will
Yeah.
also apply it, because um because we don't only talk about people who've been attacked
Yeah.
and they impact to the corporate practices and financial results and etc. We are talking about the people, their life, their mental health, because they might be under this cyber criminal and social engineering uh, manipulation for a long time. There are people who've been digitally, this, we call it cyberbullying, we
Yes.
call it cyber malware. So they've been under this for a long time. It's not one-time attack, and they've been manipulated for a long time. So when we talk about these practices and knowing how to apply them, it's all about new reality, that people now understand that the enemies and the threat is coming from the screen of the gadgets,
Yeah.
from the laptop, not physically from the human with the blood and skin and bone nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and being aware of this knowledge which you share today is something I think to be shared with the kids, with the teenagers. Like mentally and psychologically, teenagers are easiest targets
Yeah.
for the dark emotional intelligence practitioners, we call them. And thank you so much, because um, this knowledge is so scattered. This knowledge is so encrypted, I would say. Sometimes people
Yeah.
don't understand what did you say, Ahmed? And thank you so much for all your efforts making sure that this information will be now understood by anyone in general. Thank you so much, Ahmed.
Sure, too, but we love to just make some awareness for everybody, including kids. And as you mentioned before, this is the process. You are gonna be attacked. So not on the, let me say, physical side, which is like servers, computers. No, they are targeting the human being, and therefore we are just trying to let the people or give awareness trainings to let them know how people or attackers are gonna go through the process to attack them.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, so we have just some slides. I think two slides left. Um, This is just a general information about Wi-Fi or public Wi-Fis. Um, we just give the recommendation that if you are sitting in a hotel, for example, or in McDonald's or wherever you are sitting, please just avoid using a public Wi-Fi, because as an attacker, and I'm telling you that from my experience, because we are officially also hacking Wi-Fis from the companies to just ensure the security of it. We will be able to redirect you, for example, to a fake Facebook account where you just type your email and password and thank you. I got your information, I got your account, and that's it. And therefore, just use VPNs, which is called the virtual private network, to protect yourself from it, and don't or try to prevent any usage of public Wi-Fi's when you are sitting in an open place. Yeah, about the ransomware, this is just simply um, the end of a social engineering attack. When we talked about downloading a file, it simply encrypts your information, and this is the effect when we talk about social engineering attacks. And when you click and download anything, um, which you just didn't think about before. And that's why we are doing this kind of awareness trainings. Yeah, to avoid ransomware attacks, or let me say to avoid the encryption of your files, simply don't download or click on a specific website link as mentioned before. Try to open your eyes about phishing attempts, emails with specific attachments, and try to separate your personal information from the company's information, as well as don't store and save your passwords in clear text on your mobile device, on your laptop, or in the cloud, wherever. But just try to save them in a way which cannot be found, and especially not in clear text. This is the best possibility to protect your clear text passwords. At the end, we have the USB. This is something a little bit far away from reaching you, but just simply try to not like plug in any kind of USB device or hardware device you find anywhere outside, because simply the attackers are going through that. They are intentionally letting this USB device in a hotel, for example, in a coffee. So anybody who doesn't have this kind of awareness, just get it, plug it in, and voila, you have your virus on your device. So this is really important to know as well from the part of the social engineering attacks. Yeah, I mean, wire fraud, this has been already mentioned before when we talked about um, playing around and trying to attack a CEO with a spear phishing attack. So this is simply trying to take the role of the CEO, for example, compromising his email account, and from that, we are asking another company to send us money. And this is the result uh, from a possible social engineering attack that we can gain a lot of money through this attack. Yeah, that's fine, because we have here the same methodologies and points how to remediate and identify possible social engineering attack, including like identify and verify who is calling, where you want to send or receive money, and all this kind of stuff, like verifying. This is the most important point. When you call somebody or somebody calls you, verify who is on the phone and what does this guy or this girl want. Yeah. So at this point, we have reached the end of the session. Uh, I would just simply like to ask the audience for your time to just hearing and watching this awareness training. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had or you got now an experience how attackers are thinking, especially when we talk about human being attacks. And yeah, Zulfa, thank you for you as well for giving me this opportunity to give here a wonderful security awareness training for an amazing part of the people as well.
Thank you so much, Ahmed. Thank you for attendees. The thing that I just shared a link with the most recent statistics about cybersecurity, information security. We can see from the diagram shared in this article that there are top 10 countries with the highest data breach costs. So it's the United States and the Middle East. However, Middle East is a region, it's not a country, but okay.
Yeah.
Canada, Germany, Japan, United Kingdom, France, Italy, Latin America. So the funniest thing is that the number is not decreasing, and it's been growing.
It's
And now,
increasing.
yeah, it is increasing
Yeah.
actually. And we can also see that if, let's say, in 2020, the losses due to cybercrimes was something around $4 billion. Now it's $10 billion cumulated from all the practices and all the impact created. So, and there is another very threatening statistics I wanted to mention today. And I think that this is the why I wanted to talk to you, and I wanted you to talk about it, that people are accepted to be the biggest factor in 74% of data breaches.
That's true.
So, see, and there is another thing that people actually do not, they can be, first of all, they can become victims of cyber criminals several times.
Yeah.
Some people who've been a victims, they can become them again, and they don't report. Majority of the time, they just don't report that something happened because of the victim blaming, because of the shame, because of the different...
A lot of factors, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of psychological and emotional factors. So they are actually not helping us to have proper information, because the information looks like hidden, right? So I think that making people feel knowing and understanding what is going on will help to reduce this impact as well, inshallah.
That's true.
Thank you so much. Elena, do you have any questions? If you feel comfortable, I can...
I don't have any question.
Okay. So we are going to have these sessions on a frequent basis. We will talk about the dark emotional intelligence itself. We will talk about different statistical reports, and we will try to uncover them. And I think that we will find different practitioners from cybersecurity to explain their job and how you can address them, for example, from corporate life or anywhere, maybe from the banks, that will build brick by brick better communication, more confidence and resilience among people, and especially those who are vulnerable, the elders and youngsters, I think the teenagers and stuff. Thank you so much.
Great.